So in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can make 1,000,000 Robux in a month, just like I've done here, in the simplest way possible. Now, realistically, this video is going to show you the simplest way to make millions and millions of Robux in a month, and it's really not that difficult once you understand it. So the premise of this video basically is taking a system, you build a system, and then you apply it to multiple games. So you could apply it to 100 games, 10 games, 50 games, however many games you want. And basically what we're going to do with this system is we're just going to take it, copy and paste it into a load of sort of template games, and then we're going to push these games out, advertise them, and make a load of money. So the first thing we need to do is think about, what is this system? So this system is basically something that you can make, or you can pay someone to make, and it will make making games really streamlined, essentially. So what I've done, I have two systems really. I have an obby system and I've got a simulator system. Now this is my obby system. Basically what I do with this is I've got all the scripts set up and everything. I've got all of my developer products and game passes in one script. So if we open this up, we can see that all my developer products and game passes are listed in one script. So all I have to do when I'm making a new game is take this script, copy and paste it into my new place, go ahead and make all my game passes and dev products and just paste the IDs in here. Now essentially what this does is it eliminates all the time and effort it takes to write a new obby system for each game I'm making. So if you think about it, generally I'd say that half of a game's time and effort that goes into it is scripting and half of it is building. What this is doing is it's going to completely cut out all the time you have to spend scripting, right? And you could literally put this system into a game and pay somebody else to build it for you. That is how easy this is, right? It takes zero effort. It basically takes half of your time out of making a game. So this is my obby system. Basically I can play it, I'll show you how it works. Right, you load in and you've got all your stage system, you've got a shop, you've got settings, you've got spectate, you've got a troll menu, you've got a nuke, you've got invite friends, free skip, all the things you need to build an obby, right? So that's all instantly in your game, right? And then if we take a look at my simulator system, you'll see it's exactly the same. So here we are in my simulator template. You can see I've got all the UIs, all the leaderboards, all the scripts already sorted out and in here. And I've also, in this simulator module, got an IDs module. And all this is go ahead and put in all your product IDs, all your Game Pass IDs, build a map, and your simulator is essentially done, right? And if you've played any of my games, you'll be able to see that all of my simulator games look pretty much exactly the same, and you'll have probably seen it all over Roblox. Loads and loads of simulators all look exactly the same. So if we load into a game that's not out yet, so you're getting a sneak peek here, but if we load into my boxing simulator game here, you will see that once we load in, we first of all have my Get Smarter Every Second. There you go, that's another one of my games. You can tell it's already been copied, this system, because it's not even got the right logo on it. And then when we load in, you can see all my UIs here, already in the game from all my other games. Rewards, all that kind of stuff, it's all already in the game. So it's literally copy and paste, right? So basically what I'm saying here is all you have to do is just create a system, or even pay somebody to make you a system. And literally I have given you a system in the past. If we go to my YouTube channel, go to videos, we can see that if I go back far enough, or go here, you can see I've literally got a video with an obby system, with an obby kit. All you have to do is insert this into your game, build an obby, and your game's done. So overall, if I give you sort of a conclusion of what I've just spent however long yapping about, is you build a system, you have a system, and then you combine that with some building, and your game is done, right? So what you could do, I'll just give you a quick final example and then I'll move on. What you could do is you could take my simulator system, go to someone you know and say, hey, will you build me an obby? I'll pay you 10,000 Robux, whatever. They build you an obby, you put your system in, put all the game passes in, whatever, your game's done, right? And once you've got to that point, this is where you move on to the marketing side of things, right? So I'm going to show you a game that I literally released yesterday. This is a troll obby. I literally released it yesterday. It's pretty much a clone of my other troll obby that did really well. That brings me on to another point, actually, right? You see one game, you see it do well, just copy it. I know everyone always goes on about make something unique, but every single time, in my experience, every single time I've made something unique, it's flopped. So why would I go to the effort of making something unique when I know I can do something and it will work, right? And I'm not saying go and find Adopt Me and make an exact copy of Adopt Me, right? What I'm saying is, for example, let's just pick a random game, right? For example here, Welcome to Bloxburg. Everyone copies Welcome to Bloxburg. Welcome to Bloxburg, it's a game. You join, you build a house, you get a job, etc. Everybody makes roleplay games now. People have seen it. So if I just put RP into experiences, you'll see how many people are making money off the back of Bloxburg, right? So that's really how you come up with game ideas. And then once you combine that with the system, you've got a well-rounded game. And then we can move on to sort of the marketing side of things. So once you've got your game, right, obviously you're going to have this random game icon here. First of all, you need to make an icon that's going to do well. So if we go into the search bar, search for a game similar to yours. So if I just did a troll lobby, experiences, you can see all these games doing well with sort of under the troll genre, right? You can see, you can look at them and go, that icon's clearly doing well. That icon's clearly doing well because they got so many players. And all you got to do, go into a free or a paid, whatever you want, photo editing software and just make a similar icon. Now, obviously don't make it exactly the same because you don't want to make a clone of somebody else's game, but make something similar because that's just a free way of seeing that your icon's going to do well, right? And what I mean by it's going to do well is it's going to have a decent CTR. Now, CTR is click-through rate. That means how many people who see the icon, so impressions, right? What percent of those are going to click on the game and play the game, right? So this is really important when you're going to get your game big. And how you're going to get your game big is you're going to advertise it. Now, if you don't have Robux, you don't have to do this through Roblox. But let's say, for example, you already have some Robux that you can spend on ads. So if we go here into the ads manager, you can see that I advertise loads and loads of games, right? And how this works is basically, right, you got your game and you go into the ads manager, you click create, you choose a budget for your ad, next, blah, blah, blah. You go next, and then you choose your experience. So mine is a troll lobby, your troll lobby, and this is what players are going to see when they're clicking on your ad. So that's why the CTR is going to be so important, because you can, if I go back to my ads manager, you'll be able to see that my CTR is 1.74%. Now that's not great. I've had higher before, 2.4%, right? CTR, this is really, really important. I can't stress this enough, right? CTR. It's free to make a new icon if you're doing it yourself, right? It takes not even that much effort. And let me put this into perspective here. Say you have an ad or an icon that gets 1% CTR and an icon that gets 2% CTR, right? For the same number of clicks and plays of your game, the 2% CTR icon is going to cost half as much for that many plays as the 1% CTR icon is. Now, CTR, if you think about it, it doesn't matter if you've got unlimited money, right? But if you're on a budget, CTR is so important. And that's something that's going to get picked up by the algorithm to recommend your game. So that is sort of the entire premise of ads summed up. And next we're going to move on to getting into the Roblox algorithm. Now everyone always goes on about algorithms, right? Nobody knows exactly how they work because they're secret, obviously, because people will be able to sort of just figure out how they work and make a lot of money. But there's some things that people do know about algorithms. Now I'm going to share these with you now. Right. First of all, this is something you need. This isn't really a negotiable thing, right? Your average session time and day one retention has to be within the 50th to 90th percentile or above. If it's above, great, your game's going to do really well. But if one of these is below, the chances of you getting into the algorithm are pretty slim, right? Because I can show you one game, for example. I made a game called The Ball Lobby, I think it was called. Yep, you can see it, here it is. This game, 0 concurrent players. And why did it have 0 concurrent players? I was advertising it and people were playing it. Why did it do so badly? You see average session time below the 50th percentile. Day one retention below the 50th percentile. Right? If your game has less than that, it's not going to do well. And if your game has less than that, you might as well just scrap it and move on to the next game. Because there's no point spending your money advertising a game that you know is going to do badly. That's just... Anyway, moving on. What do you do if your game has good stats and you're advertising it? Well, obviously keep advertising it. Advertise it for maybe 2 or 3 weeks until you see that your game is getting a stable player count. So if we go into the analytics for a troll lobby, so I can tell you confidently that I was advertising for about 2 weeks, right, until the game started to get natural players. So how we can tell if the game's getting natural players is we can go down to acquisition, wherever it is, and we can see here that we can look on this little graph. If I zoom in for you, you can see at the start, sponsored ads are all my impressions, right? Up to about here, where I stopped advertising. And all of a sudden, you'll see that I'm starting to get impressions from search and home recommendation. This is where the algorithm starts to kick in. And this is why it's so important to have good stats, because as soon as your game gets picked up by the algorithm, Roblox is going to be analysing the stats of your game and seeing, is this game front page worthy? right? Are people going to play it and come back? And if they are, this is what happens. You start to go up in the algorithm, and all of a sudden, Roblox is giving you a free 5 million impressions a day. That's how the algorithm works. All of a sudden, your game will blow up straight up, right? And it'll have a steady decrease if the stats sort of go down and the game sort of dies out, or the algorithm will just carry you. But this is something to think about, right? Your game isn't always going to have the amount of players it had at peak, right? This game peaked at, 5,000 players-ish, and now it's sitting at a stable 100 to 200 CCU. Now you might think, oh, that's terrible, you got a 50th of the players you had at max, but that's not, right? I think I paid about 200,000 Robux in ads, right? If I go to configure group and you can see I've made like nearly 2 million Robux from this game, and I put 200,000 Robux into it. Now this is sort of an investment type thing, right? Because you're putting money into a game, you have no idea if it's going to do well. Well, you can know by the stats, right? But you can only predict, right? But if one game does well, like you might have your first game do well, right? You can take that money and reinvest it into this system. This system's almost got like a cyclical structure kind of thing. And you can sort of look at this like an exponential graph, right? So if we just Google exponential graph, right, you'll be able to see what I mean. So this is an exponential graph, right? You start here. This is the amount of money you've got, say, for example. As you start to increase, you'll see that the amount of Robux you're going to make, as you pump it into more and more games, will increase really, really fast, right? And so basically the premise of this video was take your money, get a system, and just do what works over and over and over again. Get a load of games that are doing really well because you know what works. Anyway, that was basically how you can make 1 million Robux a month, like I do. Basically, all my secrets have been revealed now. So do with that what you will, and I'll see you next time. Please subscribe, by the way, because that was a lot of knowledge. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.